If a member of parliament makes a momentous decision to cross the floor and join a new political party, should they have to face voters in a by-election first before joining that new caucus in parliament? Thousands of Canadians seem to think so. After Chris d'Entremont and Michael Ma left the Conservative Party to join the governing Liberals, putting them on the cusp of a majority government, there's been petitions in both ridings signed by thousands and thousands of people calling for by-elections so that voters can weigh in on whether or not they want a Liberal MP in those ridings. Now, I happen to think that this is exactly the right move. There should be by-elections if MPs want to cross the floor. Now, there is historical precedent for asking MPs to resign and face by-elections if they're taking on a different job. For example, up until 1931, MPs had to resign and face a by-election if they wanted to join cabinet. And in Manitoba, there was a law in the books from 2006 to 2018 that said if MLAs wanted to cross the floor and join a different political party, they had to face a by-election first, and if they didn't want to face a by-election, they would just have to sit as independents. They could not join a new party unless they faced a by-election or until after the next election when they were potentially elected under a different political banner. Now, Michael Ma and Chris d'Entremont were both narrowly elected as Conservatives in last spring's election, barely beating the Liberal candidates. But there have been cases in the past where MPs have crossed the floor and their riding has been represented by a party that was not at all popular in that riding. Consider the case of David Emerson, who represented the riding of Vancouver Kingsway. Now, back in 2006, he crossed the floor from then governing Liberals, who were just kicked out of office, to join the Harper Conservatives, who were just taking office. Now, the Conservative candidate in that riding in the 2006 election got just 18% of the vote, and yet that riding was represented by a Conservative, David Emerson, for almost 3 years before that riding was able to choose a new representative. So this isn't just a question of, is this benefiting the Conservative Party or the Liberal Party? This is a question of, are we properly representing Canadian constituents? And recent research shows that just 4% of Canadians vote for a candidate based on the candidate themselves. In fact, more than 90% of Canadians are voting based on the party leader, the party itself, the platform, or various other factors. They are not voting based on the individual MP's characteristics as the paramount factor. So it absolutely should be the case that if MPs want to cross the floor and join a new political party, they should have to face a by-election first, and the federal parliament should pass a new law similar to the Manitoba law that says that MPs should have to sit as independents if they leave their political party and cannot join a new political party unless they face a by-election or are re-elected in the subsequent election under a new political banner.